Lisa. For today's page, I have a special accessory or embellishment to use. These are Scrabble tiles, and they were sent to me about this time last year from a company. It says Clever Crafting. I think it goes by a different name on Amazon, but I will send you a link, or put a link rather, in the description for this video. So if you're interested in these, you can get them. These were sent to me free to evaluate, and I did one project with them. I did a canvas, and I'll also link that up so you can see it. I posted on my blog, and I really liked working with them. But at the time that I got them, or right after I got them, we ended up with a lot of medical issues here, and my husband and I play Scrabble every day at lunch, and it just wasn't a good time to make a picture of the two of us doing that and doing a layout. But later on, as things got better, we were able to do a photo. We still didn't do him in the photo, but we did me with a game where I had a pretty good score. I got 450. My big word was wanderer, that I got on 2 triples. So, yeah, 2 triples. So anyway, I got a lot of points for that. I can't remember exactly how many. I'll have to look back at the scores and try to figure that out. But anyway, I want to talk about that in my sort of gloating kind of page here, and that may be the word I spell. I don't know. I'm not sure about the arrangement. I'm thinking about putting these photos kind of down here towards the bottom of the page. I just have a piece of white chipboard out here to play with, and then putting the title up here. But it's going to kind of depend on the title, because I want to use my Scrabble tiles to form the title. Now these come with your regular tiles, plus they come with numbers. There's a 1. Well, that's a 1 I think I had to make for something, because there wasn't enough. Can't remember. There weren't enough 1s or something. But anyway, you got, yeah, here's the numbers. There's 6 and 7, and there's some other numbers. I used some of the numbers in the one I was making for my cousin. I made this canvas for their wedding. So I used some of the numbers, and I used some of the special symbols. There are some other things like a plus and an equal, and there's a little baby and a wedding ring. As I say, I used some of these when I did their canvas. The little baby one should still be here, because we certainly didn't put that on the canvas. They were just getting married, no babies at this point. So I don't see it, but it's around here. Anyway, but I'm going to see what I have in the letters and make, oh, there's the little baby. Okay. So I'm going to see what I have here in the letters, and I'm going to turn these into some words that will form the title, and they kind of tell the story that goes with the page. So we're going to do that first. There's a blank. You do get some blanks that you can work with. You can also, take these and turn them over, and you just use them as kind of a little canvas. If you want, people use them for jewelry and that kind of thing. When you see the link for her sale there in Amazon, it shows you some samples on the page there in Amazon, so you can see other things to do with them. But we love Scrabble, and I love having my little tiles here to do some titles. So I'm glad that I'm getting this page done. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, work on the title, and then we'll start pulling the page together in terms of placement of things. For products, I still have this kit that I pulled together a couple of months ago using some basic gray J'adore and also some Fly Free collection by Kaisercraft. So I've got a few things there that might work out in this, especially this paper is a real good match. So we'll just see what we have to work with. But right now I need to see how much real estate I have on the page left after I get done playing with my tiles. So I'm just going through and picking out some words that I think that I would like to make, and seeing how I can connect some of those words together, just a bit like a Scrabble game. I did kind of wish I'd brought the Scrabble board up here to do this, because the tiles sort of slid around a little bit, and it was kind of hard to keep things straight, and I kept having to move them. But it was fun to do this. It's especially fun since you have all the letters in front of you. Now I did lose a little bit of video. Some of my video, I didn't film all of the playing with the tiles anyway, but some of the video was corrupted and I had to pull that out. But what I'm trying to say here is that we love learning new words, and that we're well matched. And then, of course, I had that gloated word in there as well. Now, for the background, I have some of that mixed media paper I used on one of my other layouts about a month or so ago. And what I'm doing is adding some mist to it. The idea was I wanted to get a misted background with yellow and a few drops of pink. This is a magenta color from Dilutions. And I wasn't that crazy about how it looked, and then I added some water, but this is not watercolor paper, and I had it had already dried too much, and the color really wouldn't move very much. I added some more yellow mist, a little bit lighter color, but I wasn't real happy with it, and so I got a paper towel and I started just taking some of the color up, and then I liked it. You know, I had this sort of yellow background with a few little pink drops that were a much lighter color of pink, and that really I thought worked for me because I'm going to use some other pink paper over here in the corner. Now this paper has pluses and minuses to it. It's nice and heavy, which is going to be really good when we start gluing those letters on, but with all that misting on there, it's curled, so the letters want to move a little bit, but as you'll see, there's a way to kind of deal with that. It also doesn't come 12 by 12. It's 11 by 14, and I had trimmed it down some, and I ended up going ahead and just trimming it down to 11 by 11 and putting some of that pink Kaiser Craft paper on both the bottom and the side. I used my gridded mat there to position everything. Okay. And I've trimmed the photos down just a little bit, cutting off any extra that I could to try to bring the size down a bit, so I'd have plenty of room for my letters. So we'll adhere those, and then we can start gluing some of the letters. I'm going to glue the letters on with Glossy Accents from Ranger, which takes a little bit of time to dry, but it holds really, really well. So just kind of get all the words back over there again. And what I did was I turned it around upside down so I could start at the top using a ruler to keep everything straight. And I was kind of dreading doing this because I thought this would be challenging. But once I got one word on, then I just sort of pushed all the letters up against the other words where they were supposed to go, and it really wasn't that hard to keep things straight. Early on I decided this would not be a page for perfection where everything had to be perfectly lined up, but I did think that it came out nicely. And I decided to use a lot of my letters on this page rather than trying to save them for something else, because I've used them for one other project, and you know you're never going to have the perfect letters. It's just like thickers. So I'm pleased that I did that and went ahead and used these. That doesn't mean, though, that I don't have letters left. I still got some letters and some numbers left that I could use for another project. And I might try some things where I maybe use the back side of them and add some color and do something fun like that at some point. And I did have to put some letters, the matched for well matched, down on the board, or on the picture of the Scrabble board that I had. I wanted to put something around gloating, since that's sort of the title for this page. So I put some paper. This paper has little hearts on it, and it was matches that. It's not from the same company as the pink paper, but it all went together, and I had it all in this little kit. And I've got a few other embellishments there that we're going to bring in. And I'll spend some time fiddling with those, getting them on there good. And the glue, the Glossy Accents, is still wet, so when you kind of push them underneath the tiles, they're staying pretty good there. So I have a stick pen, or rather a 10 pen, and I have some arrow stickers that I end up using to kind of emphasize, again, which of the words is my title. So here's our finished page, and I decided to do the journaling handwritten so that it wouldn't take away from the text, and it does say that I am gloating because of the score that I made on this particular game, but that we are normally very well matched when we play and we have a lot of fun. The ironic thing is that right now my husband's winning most of the games. Normally he wins a couple of games and I win a couple of games, but the last few days he's won just about every game. So anyway, but let's take a close-up look at the page. It is kind of heavy, and it will probably make its way into my album at some point, but I thought what I might do with it to begin with is I have these frames. Now these are for record albums. I got them at Target. Target does not sell this hinged version of this anymore, and I looked online and I couldn't find any quite like this one, but you can buy shadow boxes. Some have hinges and some don't, that give you the same kind of result. But with these, I can just take this one out. This is one I did 2 or 3 years ago, and then put this other one in and then hang it on the wall. So thanks for joining me today. You'll find links in the description for information on the little wood letters and the Scrabble tiles, and a link to the other project that I made using the Scrabble tiles. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, I'd love to get a thumbs up, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel.